Good evening and welcome to NNX, where we give you campus news faster than you can eat a bowl of mac and cheese. I'm Isabella Lisco.
And I'm Shravya Pant. Let's dive right into this week's headlines. The person who shot and killed an 18-year-old and injured two 15-year-olds just steps from campus is still at large. Earlier today, we asked Evanston police if they had an update on their investigation. All they said is that it's ongoing. The shooting took place on Clark Street Beach last Wednesday. All three victims were Skokie residents, including 18-year-old Jock Irby. The former Evanston Township High School student passed away. Evanston Mayor Daniel Biss releasing a statement saying the police department will increase patrol on the lakefront in addition to university police. At 4 p.m., students rallying at the Rock saying an increased police presence is not the answer. The students also calling for the list of demands from the bursar's office takeover in 1968 to be met. This includes NU releasing an official statement acknowledging institutional racism. We'll have more for you on the Northwestern News Report later tonight.
Northwestern Students Demand Action also hosting a rally last Friday. Students are demanding gun violence prevention and answers for the 30-minute gap between the shooting and when students received communication from NU. In an email to students Thursday, Northwestern University President Michael Schill saying, quote, "We agree we should shorten that window." Rally attendees sharing their experiences as survivors of gun violence.
I didn't know what was going to happen. We were in a wide open space and the gunshots felt like they were getting closer and closer because they were.
Students Demand Action had hosted a rally the week before the shooting in honor of the victims of the Covenant School shooting in Nashville.
About 4,500 Evanston residents may be casting their ballots in a different ward next election. The city's redistricting committee unveiled a proposed new map last week, which will alter some of the boundaries of the city's 9 wards. The committee strives to maintain the city's 3 majority non-white wards and have multiple wards represented downtown. The city forming the committee in response to 2020 census data that showed significant population deviation between its wards, meaning each person's vote isn't equal.
What we found after the 2020 census is our total deviation is greater than 20%. So very clearly, according to the federal guidelines, we do have to redistrict here in Evanston.
And Logan joins us in the studio now. Logan, hasn't it been a while since Evanston has been redistricted?
Yeah, it sure has. It's actually been 20 years since Evanston has gone through this process. They're supposed to kind of evaluate where things stand every 10 years, but they were able to avert having to go through redistricting back in 2010 because they were just under the threshold of 16.4% that mandates that the city redistrict, Shravya.
And can you tell us what impact this is going to have on Northwestern students?
Well, currently all of Northwestern students are in the 7th ward, but if this new proposed map comes to pass, some students living on South Campus could move into the 1st ward, whereas students living on North Campus will remain in the 7th ward.
All right, thanks for this insight, Logan. Back to you, Izzy.
150 years ago, Evanstonians voted unanimously to fund a free public library. A century and a half later, Evanston is celebrating the long-standing institution. This year, the Evanston Public Library will host a wide variety of events, from a readathon to 150 things to do this summer. Coordinator Jeanette Sturgis encourages everyone to check out the events and enjoy.
150 years of connecting, and it's 150 years of connecting to the community in so many different ways. The Evanston Public Library really aims to be the hub of the entire community, connecting people to resources that already exist here in Evanston and beyond.
Teleprompter problem. Do it again. Happy birthday to the Evanston Public Library. Information on upcoming events can be found on the website epl.org/150.
Turning now to the Associated Student Government election. Did you vote? Probably not. Donovan Cusick and Molly Whalen are in office after running unopposed. Only 166 people voted for them. 9 others voted no confidence. The election turnout was the lowest in 14 years. In the last uncontested election in 2019, over 850 people voted. The ASG election commissioner said he wasn't certain what contributed to the reduced turnout. The candidates say it doesn't change their motivation in the role.
With summer approaching, NU students are looking for places to stay. 2 students might have just what they need. Host U, it's a new site by Northwestern sophomores Bella Lesage and Alexis Robles, aiming at helping students find short-term housing. The new site hopes to reduce scams and increase safety by making it a student-only site.
It was like during finals, like people were stressed about a million things, and it was just seemed like there needed to be a solution.
More about the new app. Lewis, how big is the issue surrounding subleasing?
I mean, summer's just about to start, so this app came just in time, I would say. I mean, people are looking for summer internships, places to stay for summer programs, so I just cannot see a better time for them to have come out with this, and it just came out last Wednesday.
Awesome, and why haven't students heard of this app before?
I mean, it's so recent, but ultimately it's dependent on how many people use it, right? It's one of those applications, one of those websites that's based on users. So the more that people use it, the more it's going to get bigger and the more it's going to get better. So it's baby steps. And we only have, you know, as you saw, Alexis Robles working on this right now, and he's fixing all the bugs on his own. But as soon as he's, you know, able to get it upright, it's just going to be great. It's going to become fully fledged, and I just can't wait to see what it comes to be.
Thanks, Lewis.
Thank you.
The website is currently free to use, and you can check it out at joinhostu.com.
You may have heard about students using artificial intelligence to help with their education. But what about the other way around? RAISO, short for Responsible Artificial Intelligence Student Organization, educates Northwestern students on the social implications of AI. As a rapidly growing technology, engines like ChatGPT and DALL-E offer users the ability to generate writing, art, and more from simple prompts. Ian Lay, RAISO's newsletter executive, says the rise of AI technology should include more social impact education.
AI is, extremely beneficial for society, but there's also cons and there's also ethical considerations you have to make when using AI in a responsible way.
RAISO will be holding an ethical speaker event on the 22nd of April.
A group of women over 50 are discovering new opportunities in the arts. NNN's Naya Reyes tells us how a local initiative is pushing against age limitations.
You either get to be old or you get to be dead. And I'd rather be old.
The Old Lady Project, founded by Chicagoland residents Angela Allen and Joan Mazzanelli, is an initiative to create spaces in the arts for women over 50.
It was dealing with the fact that older women or people over 50 were really having a hard time getting really substantial parts in the theater.
Allen credits this struggle to national culture.
So much of the imagery and media just keeps putting young people.
And she has proof to back it. According to the Gina Davis Institute on Gender and Media, the majority of screen characters age 50 and up are men. And in order to combat this issue, the Old Lady Project will put on readings of scripts centered around older women.
She got over 600 scripts and whittled down to just under 10. And we came up with a selection of not quite a half a dozen. So Grandmothers Inc. is the first presentation, the first staged reading.
The playwrights for Grandmothers Incorporated, a story about 4 women whose weekend getaway goes wrong, share the same message as the project.
Life does not stop at 50. It doesn't stop at 55. There are millions of vital, important women who are older.
Allen and Mazzanelli received some pushback from community members to using the word old, but they say their goal is simply for people to know one thing.
Your story's worth hearing. Whatever stage of life you're at.
Embracing life after 50, Naya Reyes, Northwestern News Network.
Thanks, Naya. The Old Ladies Project will be presenting more staged readings this fall. Learn more at cityofelvanston.org.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for watching.
Stay with us for the Northwestern News Report and PolitiCat coming up next. I'm Isabella Lisco.
And I'm Shravya Pant. Have a great night.